What makes The Good, the Bad and the Ugly's ending so good? I remember watching it for the first time and thinking that I'd never seen an ending so satisfying. Something about it was so perfect, so fitting, that it got me wondering, why? Now obviously there's not one sole reason to this. The journey, the build-up, the tension and the score all lay the foundation for an unforgettable ending. But what makes this ending truly special is not the way it resolved the main plot of who gets the gold, because if you look closer, you'll see that was almost a MacGuffin to help develop the central relationship of the film. So what takes this ending to the next level is the way it resolves that central relationship in possibly the most idiosyncratic way it could have. Tuco and Blondie's relationship began as an odd business venture. Blondie would deliver Tuco to the local sheriff and collect the $2,000 bounty. Then, as Tuco was about to be hung, Blondie would sever the rope by shooting it from a distance. They get away, split the money, and then repeat. However, after back-to-back betrayals and a rumoured $200,000 pot of gold, they now have to stick together as they both share the complementary pieces of the information as to where it is. They both agree to split the pot when they find it, but both of them are well aware that another betrayal could strike at any minute once the other knows all the information. So back to the ending. After a tense duel and the reveal of the gold, Blondie holds Tuco to gunpoint and instructs him to get into the noose. Blondie then leaves Tuco precariously balanced atop an unsteady grave marker and rides away with his half of the gold, leaving the rest of it at Tuco's feet. Now the film could end here, just like that. Blondie rides off into the distance now, leaving Tuco abandoned in a comical way, almost a payback for all the times Tuco has tried to betray him. Perhaps a just outcome for a man like Tuco. But it's not quite that way. There's something off about ending it there, for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's not really a just ending for Tuco. 2, it's not a satisfying resolve to their relationship. And 3, it's not who Blondie is as a character. Now, while Tuco is not a good character, and while he might deserve to just hang in the middle of the desert, it doesn't feel like that, because we as an audience have been on this journey with him for almost 3 hours. But at the same time, it wouldn't be right for him to just walk off into the sunset with his share of gold. This is where the gunshot comes. The severing of the noose, leaving him free, but with his hands bound behind his back, is probably the most perfect middle ground. Now, reason number 2, the gunshot of the rope at the end perfectly encapsulates the relationship of these two characters. A love-hate relationship where both men would never expose the loving or caring part to each other. If we were to take the love-hate description, then the hate would be Blondie tying up Tuco and leaving him to hang, and the gunshot would be the disguised love part. It's a poetic way of bookending their relationship, considering that what brought them together in the first place is now being used to say goodbye. And thirdly, this perfectly reflects who Blondie is as a character. At any point, he could have shot Tuco. He could have shot him at the end and not given him any gold. And looking back, we see that he could have let Tuco hang many times and keep the reward for himself. For that matter, he could have killed Tuco after they traded information when they were rigging the bridge with explosives. But he didn't. Although for all he knows, Tuco is lying about the name of the cemetery. But again, they had an agreement, and being a man of morality, the good, it's not who he is. He has a nasty streak of morality and doesn't kill indiscriminately. So at the end of the movie, Blondie not only holds his end of their agreement by leaving Tuco his half of the gold, he allows Tuco to live, but he also makes sure he's at a safe distance so Tuco can't come after him. And beyond the characters in this film, this perfectly represents the anti-hero archetype of Leone's westerns. A man who is not clearly the good guy, but a survivalist with a code only known to himself, but with just enough morals to place him on the side of the good, even if it's only by a little bit.